Hello everybody. Today we'll talk a little about phase separation, and we'll try to answer the following questions. Why does some phases mix? Why does some phases will not mix? And how can we mix phases together? So like anything else in thermodynamics, it all has to do with energy and entropy. When we say energy, we mean the attractive and repulsive forces between molecules. So let's say we have a glass of water, and we'll try to dissolve some sugar in the water. At first, you see all the sugar crystals suspended in water. You see dissolve. This happens because the entropy of the sugar molecules when they dissolve is bigger than the entropy of sugar molecules when they are not dissolved. That's why this process can happen. We can have a dissolved sugar crashing out of solution under normal circumstances. However, not all phases mix. If we take oil, for example, and we give it some time, and when we try to mix it with water, it will not mix, much like happened to our whole waiter. That's because the entropy of the mixed oil is greater than the entropy of the separated phases. But why would that happen? So this is a sugar molecule, glucose molecule. We can see that it has all these polar OH groups. Okay? And we know that since the OH groups are polar, water molecules can interact with them, like this. Since the sugar can be surrounded in water molecules, the entropy of the glucose and water when they surround it is greater than the entropy of just the water by itself. That's why sugar is dissolved in water. However, this is a lake acid. Now that's a big molecule, and since the carbons over here are not polar, water molecules can't interact with them. So the oleic acid will not be surrounded by water molecules. And that's why the oleic acid will not be dissolved in the water. Big bulky oils will not dissolve in water because the water molecules cannot surround them. Since the water molecule can surround the oil, mixing them would decrease entropy, and that's a big no-no in thermodynamics. That's why our poor waiter could not mix the oil and vinegar together. But we do want them to mix together. So how can we do that? Luckily, there is an answer. What we can do is introduce emulsifiers to the solution. Emulsifiers are naturally found in egg yolks, mustard, soy, and chocolate. And as you can see, egg yolk, mustard, plus olive oil and vinegar creates Caesar salad dressing. And that's a big improvement over just olive oil and vinegar. So next time, when a waiter will try to mix the egg yolk, the olive oil and vinegar together, he might want to try adding something else, like those compounds found here, and many, many more. Thank you for listening. My Benjamin and Kfir.